like to call to order the August 19th meeting of Doylestown Borough Council. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a special presentation tonight, Madam Mayor. Jones here? Oh, that's why Kathy. Yep.
So tonight we have a proclamation in honor of Turn the Town Teal campaign, and this will be our 16th year. And Joan Doyle, Councilwoman Emeritus, is here tonight to receive the proclamation. Would you like to? Yes, of course.
I'd like Kathy to come up with me too. She's been my assistant for many, many years.
I was thinking, I thought maybe if Joan didn't get here on time, you might be accepted. So in honor of Turn the Town's Teal campaign, whereas our community is committed to the challenge of fighting cancer in all its forms, and whereas Turn the Town Teal is a national effort to create awareness of ovarian cancer and its subtle symptoms, this is a campaign in which we've been proud participants for 16 years, regardless of other challenges our community has faced. Now, therefore, we are proud to declare our support for this worthy campaign and declare September as Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month in our community. We are proud to display the teal-colored ribbons of ovarian cancer throughout our downtown area, and we call upon residents, organizations, and healthcare providers to raise awareness of ovarian cancer as well as all cancers and the importance of early detection to help those in our community live longer, healthier lives. In witness hereof, I hereunto set my hand and seal this 19th day of August 2024.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Just a few words. Thank you to Mayor West and also to council who have been, and John Davis, our borough manager, who has been so supportive over the years. By being here, I would like to make a personal invitation to invite Mayor West, who will be coming to welcome our volunteers, and to everyone here on council and in the staff. Ovarian cancer is a very silent and subtle cancer, and most women mistake the symptoms for something that has to do with another abdominal ailment. The ribbons that we tie on 400 lampposts in the business areas of Doylestown all have the words, "Know the symptoms," on them. And we encourage people to stop, to take down the website information and to go online and learn the many symptoms. The earlier the prognosis, the better the diagnosis is very, very true for ovarian cancer. Thank you very much for the community's support, for the media, and as I said, for the borough of Doylestown. Thank you.
This upcoming weekend at 9 o'clock.
No, it's, let me just, it's this Saturday. We need volunteers, and it's this Saturday. We gather at 9:30 at Starbucks at Main and State Streets at 9:30 a.m. And we do have a brief welcome presentation and a few speeches, and then we do something that is not done by any Turn the Town's Teal participants in the entire country. We honor our survivors, who we consider our warriors. Some of them have been long-term survivors and are considered free of the disease. Others are still in treatment and always will be. In addition to honoring them, we acknowledge the women that have lost their battle to ovarian cancer by reading out their names. Thank you. Volunteers are needed. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
We'll give everyone a few minutes to get up back to the dais.
That's slow.
Next item on our agenda is the approval of minutes from our July 15th, 2024 council meeting. I believe there's one correction that needs to be made to that. We did not have an executive session at last month's meeting. Do I have a motion to approve with that?
So moved. Second.
And a motion and second by, I think it was Mr. Kinney.
Yes.
Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none. Any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Madam Mayor, do you have a report for us tonight?
No, I don't have a report. The only thing I would like to remind everybody is that, amazingly enough, the Doylestown Arts Festival and Bucks County Classic is only 3 weeks away, September 7th and the 8th. And before that, the Font Hill Castle is having a beer fest on Saturday, August 24th. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Public Safety, Mr. Frederick, what do you have for us?
We don't have anything tonight. The only thing we do have is in your packets. It's the fire company report, and that is the end of my report.
Thank you, Mr. Frederick. Mr. Brown, Public Works and Administration.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have one item of business this evening. It's about the Veterans Lane Pedestrian Signal Bid Award. Bids were opened and publicly read for the above referenced project on July 30th, 2024. The low bidder is Armour and Sons Electric of Langhorne, PA, at a price of $104,197 for the preferred solar panel option. The project cost will exceed the $80,000 budget estimate due to PennDOT's requirement that the solar-powered signal also be hardwired as a backup. Despite this, the overall 2024 capital outlay is estimated to be under budget due to cost savings for other capital items. The Public Works and Administration Committee has reviewed the bid and is recommending that it be awarded to Armour and Sons Electric, Inc. at the option one price of $104,197, conditioned upon the receipt of a properly executed performance bond and compliance with bid specifications. If council wishes to follow the recommendation, it can do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a second by, again, Mr. Kinney. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from you? Yes, ma'am.
There are people in Doylestown with,
Could you step up to the microphone so we could hear you?
keep it short and sweet. There are people in Doylestown facing housing insecurities.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Other than that, I just wanted to make note that the annual Doylestown at Dusk Car Show was a huge success this year, and great part to the work of our Public Works team, getting out so many barricades, and that paving started in July and continues this month to go along. And after that, I'll pass it over to Mr. Davis.
Yeah, nothing much to elaborate on in terms of Public Works report, just picking up on the paving theme. We did complete our first phase of paving. I think it was actually before the last meeting. Our second phase of paving is scheduled to be completed this week. The milling was late last week. And I expect paving to take place tomorrow and Wednesday, followed by sealing and cleanup. The three roads?
Yeah.
Three roads that are being paved in this phase are Court Street in front of the old administration building, Broad Street in front of this building from Union to Doyle, and Lacey Avenue / North Street from Main Street to basically we're north in Lacey. diverged. So that'll finish up as another successful paving year. And then we'll work on our final projects as we approach leaf season, which, my goodness, if Arts Fest being upon us is scary, leaf season being upon us would be even scary. That's all I had.
Thank you. That's it for Public Works, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Community and Government Affairs, Mr. Bell, do you have anything?
Thanks, Mr. President. We didn't meet, I have no report, but I do want to mention that September 7th and 8th is the Doylestown Arts Festival, which co-occurs on the 8th with the Bucks County Classic. So these two amazing events, they are just racked and stacked in the same weekend. So come out, bring the kids, bring the family. You can get everything from funnel cake to checking accounts. So hope to see you there. That's my report.
I would like to add one other thing. There was a request for some borough representation for some of the bike races to do some announcing. So if anybody is available on the 8th, please look at that and make yourself available. Thank you.
It's a lot of fun, and they are looking for some new representation. I guess they're getting tired of
Same old face.
Jack's same speech every year.
It was well written. I like reusing it, you know.
I was distinctly asked to provide some new faces.
Youthful. Zoning and Planning, Ms. Jarrett, what do you have for us?
The zoning, Borough of Doylestown Building and Zoning Committee met, obviously, this month. We had first the Building and Zoning Department Zoning Hearing Board report. If I can toss that over to Ms. Highland.
Thank you, Ms. Jarrett. The zoning hearing board met last week, and they heard an application for variances for 542 Maple Avenue. Carolyn Penglaze requested dimensional relief from the side yard setback requirement and front yard setback requirement to enable the construction of a new home there. Zoning hearing board did grant the requested relief.
Great. Next up, and then we don't have an actionable.
No, you do not.
I didn't think so. Next up, we have the HARB report. At its regular monthly meeting, the HARB reviewed a sign application for 46 East State Street. They recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness as submitted and presented. The building applications, they were 85 West Ashland Street for windows. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness as submitted with changes to simulated divided light. Next was 387 Lincoln Avenue for a roof. The HARB recommended, and it's actually a shed roof, just to clarify, not on the main house. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness as submitted and presented. Next, we have 116 Mary Street for a renovation and addition. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness as amended. The roof is to be stepped and shingled. The siding will be smooth hardy plank in a blue-gray color with a Dutch lap. The windows will be simulated divided light with no shutters. The chimney is to be repaired, so the existing chimney there. The true exterior trim on windows, true exterior along the bottom to serve as a water table, and the porch roof will be slate line shingles. Next, we have 132 West Oakland Avenue for a renovation and addition. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness with the following recommendations. The chimney on the rear addition will be brick. The west elevation will be more similar to the east elevation. The second floor bay dormer should be flush. The shed dormer on the east elevation will be replicated on the west elevation. The first floor window scheme will be similar to the windows on the east elevation. The new garage roof will be shingled to match the house with a 12-inch overhang eave on all of the additions. Half-round gutters with round downspouts, and the pergola or arbor will be increased to 12 inches. Next was 154 West Oakland Avenue for a renovation and addition. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness with the following recommendations. The porte cochere be eliminated from the scope. The roof should have simulated slates. The Pella Reserve windows on the carriage house will be separated with no shutters. The gutters will be half round. The siding will be smooth hardy plank in a color to be chosen by the applicant. The roof will be a standing seam copper roof. Next is 67 North Church Street for windows and roof. The HARB recommended that the application be approved for a certificate of appropriateness with the following recommendations. The roof is to be Owings Corning asphalt roof in duration shingles in the color Williamsburg. The siding to be smooth hardy plank in Booth Bay Blue. The windows will be Pella Lifestyle Series aluminum clad 1/1 windows. The gutters will be white half round gutters with white downspouts. The black shutters are to be reinstalled. The Zoning and Planning Committee recommends that the council approve the applications in accordance with the HARB's recommendation. And if council wishes to follow the recommendation, it can do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, I believe, by
Mr. LeBron.
Mr. LeBron. Thank you. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Additionally, we have the code enforcement and building inspection reports in the packet, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Jarrett. Environment and Rec, Ms. Wyckoff.
Thank you. Hopefully you all have had a chance to look at the outline for the proposed Boo Bash and Halloween event at Broad Commons Park on October 23rd. There'll be activities, bonfires, s'mores, and lots of fun, I'm sure. The Parks and Recreation Board has reviewed the proposal and are recommending approval. If the council wishes to follow the recommendation, it can do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Ms. Jarrett. Any questions or comments from any members of the council?
Just a quick procedural question, Mr. President. So this recommendation is coming from Parks and Rec rather than from the committee?
Yes, it was presented to us by Caitlin, who presented it to the Park and Rec Board, and then to me via, after the Park and Rec Board approved it.
Let me clarify. Caitlin came to me with this idea last week. It was past the board and commission meetings. Recreation Shade Tree had already been canceled, and the Park and Rec Board had already passed. We could have waited until the next series of meetings, but that would make things a little tight in terms of preparations. So I gave the okay to put it on this agenda, provided it was run by the Park and Rec Board, just to get a blessing to move forward. So now that council is aware and is hopefully about to approve the concept of the event next month, Caitlin will take this through those committees and they'll work on the details of the event. So didn't want to wait.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none, any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'd just like to add that the last Wheelie Wednesday as part of the Bucks County Classic series of events is being held at the pump track this Wednesday evening. And the Bucks County Composite Mountain Bike Team and I and some other volunteers will be running that. Now, I think in our maybe 6th or 7th year of doing that, and it's always been very successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lavrone, Water Utility, what do you have for us tonight?
The Water Utility Committee did not meet this month, so we have no actionable items, but just wanted to mention that you all got the email from our Chief Water Operator, Jerry Matozzo, about the completion of the Maplewood water tank project, and I just wanted to give a shout out for all the great work that was done by Jeremy and everybody else involved in that project. It really turned out to be a major improvement to the Maplewood section of the borough and our water system. So thanks to all that were involved. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Mr. Lavrone. Finance and Pension, Ms. Popkin, what do you have for us tonight?
Thank you, Mr. President. The first item is a resolution, and this resolution is the consideration of Resolution 2024-5. It would be designating a signature authority. So Doylestown Borough has been contacted by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania regarding the renewal of the annual winter maintenance services. This provides for snow plowing and de-icing of the designated state roads in our borough. For the agreement to be signed, a resolution must be adopted designating the council president as the signature authority. In addition to the attached resolution in your packet, PennDOT Winter Maintenance Services Agreement is attached, showing the annual payment schedule to Doylestown Borough, starting with winter 2024 and 2025. The initial term is 5 years, with 5 additional one-year renewal options. The base rate is set for the first year, with 2% increases for each of the remaining years of this agreement. The Finance and Pension Committee reviewed this resolution and agreement and is recommending the adoption of this resolution and the approval of the agreement. If council agrees with this recommendation, it can do so by motion, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Ms. Jarrett, I believe it was. Any questions or comments from any members of council?
Just to note that first time in the last 30 years, PennDOT actually increased our mileage. So that also led to an increase. They started crediting us for a couple of roads that we share.
With the township?
With Doylestown Township. They're supposed to have been giving us half credit, and apparently now they are. Apparently not.
Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none. Any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And then the second item is the finance report, and I'll turn that over to Ms. Brinker.
Thank you, Ms. Popkin. Everyone was provided with a copy of the finance report for the month showing prepaid bills, accounts payable for this meeting, and payroll. The total for all funds is $1,496,030.83.
And I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kinney. Any questions or comments from any members of council? Hearing none. Any questions or comments from any members of the public? Hearing none, I'd like to call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Ms. Popkin. Personnel Committee did not meet this month, and I do not have a report. Professionals report. Mr. Doherty, do you have anything for us?
Thank you. I have nothing to report tonight.
Okay. Bucky, do you have anything for us?
Thank you, no report.
And Chief Knott, do you have anything?
Thank you, no report tonight.
Okay. Let me just sign this. There you go. The President's report, I do not have anything tonight. Do we have any items of old business? Do we have any items of new business?
I did forget, Mr. President, to mention at the end of my report that our own Fannie Chapman Dolphins had another undefeated season this year for swimming and diving. So I told them I would let everybody know. So, yeah.
Mr. President, I also wanted to add that on August 26th at 6:30 right here, we will be having the next in our series of preparedness seminars. This one will be on what to do after an emergency. And last month, we had 22 people at the seminar, so there's a good bit of interest for it.
Good turnout. Thank you. Do we have any open public comment? Christine Corcoran, you signed up.
Do you have some comment?
Did you have a comment?
Thank you. No more further.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Her comment previous was
Oh,
the
okay.
comment.
Thank you. We do have an executive session tonight addressing personnel. I do not believe we will have any action coming out of that.
No, we don't expect to take any action. We do have a matter of personnel to discuss.
And therefore, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President, I'd like to make the motion to adjourn in the memory of Clayton Long, who was a life member of the fire company who passed away on July 29th. He was sworn into the fire company in 1950 and was a constant and positive presence throughout his term at the fire company. He was also past president of the O.P. James Ambulance Service, and he drove quite a few of those runs as well. He will be missed.
We have a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Frederick. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting stands adjourned. Thank you all.
Hi, I'm Nick Tartaglia, lieutenant from the all-volunteer Doylestown Fire Company, speaking on behalf of our members. We're looking for new people to join our team. Could that be you? You've just seen why our members are our #1 asset, and together we make a powerful team. We're your friends and neighbors, but when you call 911, we're the ones who drop everything to answer the call. Just like you, our diverse volunteers work normal jobs, attend schools, and care for their families. But together, we share our talents and skills for a common mission. In fact, maybe you know some of us.
My name is Lori Westover. I'm a cell biologist for a large drug discovery company, and I serve to help my neighbors in their time of need.
My name's Grant Castor. I'm head of commercial operations for a specialty pharmaceutical company, and I serve to give back to my hometown.
My name is Rachel Laux. I'm studying to become a veterinarian, and I volunteer to continue my family tradition as a third-generation firefighter.
I'm Steve Downs, and I'm a teacher and a professor at LaSalle University. And I became a firefighter to live my faith.
We are the Doylestown Fire Company. Aside from our different individual lives, we are all professionally trained firefighters and members of this close-knit firefighting family. We need more people to join our team. We'll ensure you have the necessary skills, knowledge, and equipment to succeed. Join us and share our enthusiasm in providing this vital service to the community. To explore whether firefighting might be a good fit for you, please contact us or visit your local firehouse for more information. Your friends, your family, and your neighbors count on us. Can we count on you?